Welcome back. Finally finished this engine and I'm going to start building the frame now. So got the mower here. I'm probably going to just start from scratch, I think. I've been busy buying stuff, so check out the back wheels. Some nice 4-ply wheels, tyres, got some rims. The rims are from China, there's stuff from all over the world actually. Front tyres and rims, nice polished fuel tank, disc brake, got a master cylinder. I thought, can't have something like this without front brakes, so got front brakes, and I just need to figure out how it's all going to go together. I hunted high and low for an axle, ended up with something pretty substantial. It's a 30mm shaft. Everything else was about 20mm, and I thought it was a bit light on. I do want this mower to actually cut the lawn, to be quite honest. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to get this engine to all go together and fit properly, but I'm sure I'll work something out. So anyway, time to get into this frame. Righto, here's the new axle. That is going to be awesome. So you can see it's going to be a bit wider. It's probably a good 12 inches wider overall. This axle is never going to break. It's ridiculous. And that brake is going to be awesome. So nice deep dishes. And I've got to put a lot of thought into this. But anyway, see if I can get this frame sorted. So I've decided to use 50 by 50 by 2.5 RHS. It's going to be very heavy duty, but no harm in that. Better too strong than not strong enough. So I've just got a drop saw, makes the job much easier. I'm pretty much designing this as I go along, so just starting off with the back section, and I need to figure out a design that's going to allow for the engine to drop down a bit, as well as have room for the cutter. So there's the back section. I progressively just cut it at 45s, and this is getting a bit further down the track, so I've made it wider at the back, set in a bit, which is pretty much the same width as the standard mower. There's the front cradle for the engine, so I've made that so the engine's going to sit down about 6 inches because it's quite a high engine, and then come back up and then the same height to the back of the frame. So I do have a TIG welder. You can MIG this or arc, I suppose. I personally like TIG welding, so I think it's much neater, much more sort of professional finish. So if you are going to TIG, make sure you clean up all those surfaces, get rid of the prime on the RHS or any other metal you have, the scale. You really need it to be at clean, bright metal. So I just use a hand grinder with a sanding wheel on it. And you can see here, this is how you want it. You really want it to be really clean if you are going to TIG. If you're going to arc, it's no big deal. There's enough temperature, it'll just blow off any crap that's on there. So I've made a few cuts, ground or cleaned up the edges like this on everything, and just starting to tack it together, as you can see here. So again, there's the engine cradle, which worked out pretty good. Just putting a couple of tack welds in. So again, this is a TIG mild steel filler wire. I'm only tacking this. The tacks are quite strong, and I don't know for sure that this is the design that's going to work and clear everything. So just putting tacks around the place to make it strong enough just to hold it together. So this is the front end. You can see that main bolt, which is going to hold the engine. There's a little cutout I had to make to allow the engine just to drop down on the right hand side there. And so it goes about 300mm wide. Then I've gone out wider and then out to a broader section at the back. It seems to be quite a good design. Time will tell whether I've made any mistakes or not. So just continuing to do a bit more welding. I'll fully weld this up, once I'm happy that I don't need to make any more changes. So this is a bit of a look at it. The rims are quite wide. I needed to allow room for that disc, and I need to figure out a way to hold the bearing cradles onto the frame, and then I've also got to work out the steering. So I'd never put a tyre on a rim before, so I bought a couple of tyre levers, it's not the easiest job, and they're 4-ply, so a bit of a battle, but I did get them on. They look really nice on the back, so I put new air valves in there, and I think they're 18-inch diameter, 10-inch rims, and I think the rims are 10 inches wide as well, so it's quite a wide rim. Bit of air in there, pretty much done. So stay tuned. I'm going to keep at this frame and see how we progress.